So we got 6 minus 2 squared over 6 squared minus 2 squared. Notice the difference in the expression on the top and bottom. They're different. So we've got to simplify this expression. We need to think about the order of operations PEMDAS. We do parentheses, then exponents, multiply or divide, add or subtract from left to right. Okay. Now the thing about this expression is it has this long divide by sign, which means all of this divided by all of this, and we cannot divide until we've figured the top out to be one number and figure the bottom out to also be one number, right? So we got to simplify the top, then simplify the bottom, and then divide, and then we can figure this thing out. So I'm just going to start with simplifying the bottom just for fun. It's 6 squared minus 2 squared. We've got a subtraction and we've got exponents. What do we do first? Exponents first. Yeah. So 6 squared makes what? 36. Yeah. 6 times 6, 36. 2 squared makes what? 4. Yeah. 2 times 2, 4. So we apply the exponents on those numbers and then we subtract. So we have 36 minus 4, which is 32. Good. So the bottom is 32. Now I'll write the top out at 6 minus 2 all squared. Now, what do we do with this? We've got an exponent, but we have something to do inside of a parenthesis. So we kind of have to start there when we follow the order of operations. We have to start with the 6 minus 2. What does that make? That makes 4. So now we have 4 squared. What's 4 squared? Yeah. 4 times 4, 16. Right. So the top becomes 16. So this whole fraction becomes 16 all over 32. And now we can simplify. Okay. Which 6? This one? 6 subtract 2 makes what? 4. See? What we did was inside this parenthesis, there was a 6 minus 2. We figured that out. And that became 4. And then we can apply the exponent. And that becomes 16. So on the top, so that was a good question because the top is different to the bottom. In the top, it tells us that we have the 6 minus 2 in parentheses and then it's squared. It's asking us to subtract 6 and 2 and then apply the exponent, right? Which we did. 4 squared 16. On the bottom it's saying square the 6, then square the 2 and then subtract, which is a totally different thing, right? So 6 squared is 36, 2 squared is 4, 36 minus 4 is 32. So the top and the bottom are different. They're not the same thing. They come out to be different answers. See that? Yeah. So it's a good question like that. So simplifying 16 over 32. What goes into both numbers? 8 does. Or 4 or 2. Let's do 8 for fun. 8 into 16 goes 2 times. Good. 8 into 32. 4 times. We have 2 over 4. Does something go into 2 and 4? 2 into 2 goes once. 2 into 4 goes twice. So you get 1 over 2. So that's the answer, 1/2. Now, 16 over 32, there's lots of ways of simplifying that. Some students might like to do, okay, 2 into 16, 8 times. 2 into 36, 2 into 3 goes once, remainder 1. 2 into 16 goes 8 times, so that gives us 8 over 18. But notice that, did I do that right? Notice that, no I didn't, because this should have been 32, not 36. Look, I wrote it down wrong. Crazy person. 16 over 32 is what we need. 2 into 16 could go 8 times. 2 into 32 would be 16. So you could have got 8 over 16. And then you might go 2 into 8 goes 4 times, and 16 goes 8 times. We've got 4 8s. And then you might go 4 into that goes once, 4 into 8 goes twice, 1/2. It doesn't matter how you choose to simplify it, you should find that it is 1/2 in the end. Does that make sense? That's all I'm trying to say. Unless you write it down wrong like I did. I wrote down 36 instead of 32. But as long as you write it down correctly, this thing should be called 1/2. Good job. Good work.